In order to help you comply with the law, we're now required to ask you to mark all of your videos as made for kids or not. And if we find that you're abusing our systems and intentionally marking your videos incorrectly, this may result in consequences for your channel or videos.
So, individual channel owners and content creators, and once this order has been fully implemented, we intend to conduct a sweep.
O-P-P-A? Can you guys see that? I don't know, I think. We're gonna talk about this stupid law that's on screens right now. COPPA. I don't know how you say it. I think I'm gonna go with COPPA. I'm gonna go with that because literally it's gonna leave us with just coppers, if there's any coppers left, because of the 42,000 something fine. I don't know the full figure, but I saw $42,000, something like that. I don't have that. So today's video is obviously gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be like educational or just a rant or just, I don't know what. I'm not really good at like being informational. Okay, so as you can see on my little cute blackboard, obviously this video, just because I've got a blackboard in the video doesn't mean I am kid friendly, because I could have a blackboard, but I could still draw a butt on it, and doesn't mean I'm kid friendly. Or I could swear. I could say she. I could add the T at the end, I'm just saying. But what this is trying to show is just because something looks kid friendly, with like, for example, like a little blackboard, we got my little, what's that, chalks, like doesn't mean necessarily that whatever, like, just because it looks kid friendly doesn't mean it is kid friendly. Because I could add a T right here, it says shit, and this video will suddenly not become kid friendly. Obviously this video, I wouldn't say is educational or is going to be like, you know, like I always recommend you guys do your own research on this thing. I'm just trying to give my own insight into this based on just everything that I've heard about this law, what I've been reading on. But yeah, please do your own research on COPPA as well. But this video will be probably a mixture of probably venting, just being confused about what the frick is going on with this law, possibly some educational stuff in it too, but it's gonna be all over the place. I'm just trying to trying to process what I've just heard about this law. Basically, we're about to get hit with a very serious law where if we freaking make mistakes with the way that we mark and check our videos as made for kids or not, we get hit with a freaking, how much was the fine again? We get hit with a massive fine if we do not mark our videos correctly as made for kids or not. I'm going to explain how this all freaking started. I'm going to try my best anyway. I'm not an expert on it, but basically YouTube has basically rolled out this thing where we now have to mark our videos as whether they're made for kids or not, and we have to mark it every time. But the consequences is that if you unintentionally or accidentally incorrectly just mark your videos as made for kids or not, like if you just make a mistake, or maybe you genuinely believe that your videos are made for kids, or maybe they're not made for kids, but the law looks at your video and they think otherwise, if you just get it wrong accidentally, you could get freaking marked, you could get freaking whooped with a freaking $42,000 something fine. I don't know what the exact figure was, but it was $42,000 something. I'm gonna find out how much $42,000 is in pounds. 32,727 pounds. I never seen that much money in my life, you know. I probably never will. Yeah, I don't have that in my bank account, no. Barely. COPPA stands for Children's Online Protection Privacy Act. I think, I don't know, there's a lot of Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. I don't know, it's a really long name, but I think hopefully I hit it right. Did I get it right? Basically, it's like a law that I think started in 1998. So it's actually been around for a while, but they're just suddenly hitting YouTube like really powerfully right now, like 2019-20. COPPA is a law that I think is meant to protect children's, like data and personal information online. And obviously, if anyone wants any children's data, and stuff like that, they would need to obviously ask permission from the adults or the carers, etc. So you might be wondering, why is COPPA like suddenly, like, they were literally chilling from 1998. Obviously they were probably doing some laws and stuff, but why are they suddenly getting all aggressive on content creators and on YouTube and basically making people pay $42,000 fine? And basically why is COPPA basically forcing people to, like, they have to mark whether their videos are made for kids or not? There's basically 2 boxes you can tick when you go to YouTube Studio. You have to say whether your videos are made for kids or not. Why are they suddenly like doing this and then fining you if you get it wrong accidentally? Basically, I don't know much about it, but I heard that apparently YouTube was collecting personal info from kids when they were watching adverts and things like that, and they were using that. I'm not too sure about the details, but there was a whole case and everything, and obviously YouTube had to basically pay a settlement. Basically YouTube had to obviously owe a settlement through the whole thing to basically the FTC, who basically are making this law. Stupid FTC. The FTC have basically just now decided that YouTube has to comply, and basically they've just created this law for everyone to abide to. It doesn't matter if you live in the US or not, it basically will affect everyone. The FTC are basically aggressively trying to push and basically enforce COPPA on all content creators, which, if it wasn't for the $42,000 fine and not just the fine, but there's other consequences, huge severe consequences, which I'm going to talk about, maybe the law wouldn't have been that bad. Apparently, I saw a clip where apparently the FTC, through using the law of COPPA, want to sweep us all or something. I don't know. I might play a clip.
We intend to conduct a sweep.
We're basically going to get sweeped, apparently. Like, I think they really want to crack down on all videos that are possibly made for kids or not. Because if your videos are made for kids, obviously, because YouTube was using like adverts and like basically they were collecting personal info from kids when they're watching adverts, they really want to limit the, I think, advertising that kids will see when they watch kids content. So that's why if your videos are made for kids, or you basically attract a kid audience, like I think all your adverts and like, you know, the stuff that normally plays when you get monetized, I don't know if it's going to go or if it's going to reduce drastically, but they're basically trying to crack down on basically any form of collecting children's personal data, which they don't want. So they're going to really crack down on family-friendly channels, kid-friendly channels, any channel that attracts the kids. But don't think that just because they're basically cracking down on family-friendly channels doesn't mean that if your videos are made for kids, doesn't mean that you're going to not get affected, because we're still going to get fined. So what if your channel is family friendly? So you attract kids, no creepy attract kids, but you basically, you know, kids are your audience. You kids probably could be your main audience, or maybe it's like a shared audience. Kids could be your main audience, or kids could watch your videos as well as other people. Like, what if you're a family friendly channel? How will COPPA, this law, affect you? So if you mark your videos right as made for kids, and it is made for kids, like I'm talking, I don't know, like Baby Shark, like, you know, it's clearly made for kids. How would this law affect you? Obviously, I think there's more details on YouTube and the FTC website. From what I've heard, and obviously please do your own research on this just in case, because obviously I don't even know what's freaking going on. I just saw the fine and I was like, no. But from what I've heard, apparently you lose I don't know if you lose all your adverts or most of your adverts, but your monetization is gonna drastically reduce. And even if you're not doing it for money, apparently you lose the comment section in your YouTube channel, your whole videos that are made for kids. And I think that's the bit I think that made me a bit funny, like losing the comment section, which I think is what makes YouTube freaking YouTube, the comment section. Comments is what literally gets everyone together. Like whenever I go on a YouTube video, I always scroll down to see the comments. Like that's what makes it YouTube. But by taking the comment section away, if you're a family-friendly, kid-friendly channel, I think it's not the best step, and I think it's a horrible. That's why if your channel is kid-friendly, you basically lose your huge connection you have with other people, because sure, people could just watch the video, but I think YouTube is also more with that, like more to do with like communities being together, or like people just connecting and things like that. And I think by taking that away, it's not really YouTube. Like it feels very, it definitely won't feel the same. It's not going to feel warm, or I don't know. I'm not trying to be cringe, but obviously the comment section is a freaking huge part of freaking YouTube. And I think taking that away and taking away that connection, you lose your freaking YouTube family because of that. That's why I think, I don't know, it's really crap what they're doing to family friendly channels. I think also you lose the notification bell. There was a huge other list of other stuff they lose. I think you can't save that video to a playlist, or you can't add it to your watch later, which really shows that video is drastically gonna die, because if there's no notification bell, no one's gonna get notifications. They'll have to manually click and find it. They'll have to manually click and find it, and that doesn't always work. If you take away notification bell, you take away comments, take away the ads, take away the ability to save it to your playlist and all that. And I know that there's more as well. Apparently you can't have a community tab, you can't do stories, which again is a way to connect with other people. And I feel like taking that away, that channel's gonna feel really hollow and empty. Like it's not gonna feel like a kid-friendly channel. It's gonna feel like a corporate kind of video machine kind of thing. It's not gonna feel like home. That's how I kind of see it. And I swear there is more. I also did a quick peep again. Again, you lose the end screens, info cards. Like literally you're losing the little features that literally make your YouTube channel you. And it's just literally just gonna become just a video. But again, it kind of lacks that heart, if you kind of know what I mean. But I think for me, the comment section, losing that, and notification bell, but I think mainly the comment section, is not going to feel like YouTube. So that's basically the consequences you'll get if you are a kid-friendly channel, or kids are your audience, or you attract kids with your videos. That's what's going to happen to your videos if you mark it as kid-friendly. But what happens if you're not a kid-friendly channel? And obviously that doesn't mean that you're a vulgar channel, it's just, but you're definitely 13 plus, okay? So your content isn't necessarily made for kids, like we're talking nursery rhymes, or like, I don't know. But hang on, I'm gonna get into, because it's not as simple as that. But what happens if you ain't kid-friendly? Not trying to say that you're vulgar, but like obviously 13 plus. So obviously you're more than a PG, alright? So you're obviously not necessarily attracting kids necessarily, but it's not as black as white and as it seems. I can't even speak. So if you aren't kid friendly, obviously the clear thing is to basically mark your videos as not made for kids. And you think it's simple like that, but that's the thing. But the thing again is, it's not as black and white as it seems, unless your videos clearly are like basically like not made for kids. So for example, obviously in some cases it's very clear if your videos are made for kids or not. Like sometimes some of your content is very black and white. It's clear, it's like obvious that you know. For example, made for kids, maybe a little kid dancing to Baby Shark in a kid-friendly way, not like twerking or anything like that, like not that. But and another example, not made for kids, maybe I don't know, you're I don't know, swearing and playing some very violent video games or something, but it's got to be very violent. Like obviously there is a clear distinction between those two, like what is kid friendly and what's not kid friendly. Or basically a lecture video on, I don't know, the psychology of brains. I don't know, like obviously something very adult and very mature that mature audiences could understand. In those kind of contexts and settings, it's very clear that yes, your videos are kid friendly, yes, your videos are not kid friendly, yeah, that's fine. It's very clear that yes, this is made for kids, no, this is not made for kids, and that's fine. The fine line is there. But at the same time, what if your videos or your channel kind of falls into a gray zone, that's the bit I'm mainly worried about. Because what if, say, yes, you could say yes, my videos or channels could be interpreted as kid friendly or attracted to kids, but at the same time it's not made for kids specifically. Like maybe maybe it's the case that you attract a wide range of audiences, like you're not just catering to one audience, you're trying to like make videos for a lot of people. Or basically maybe the games, for example, if we're talking about gaming, maybe the games you play could be kid friendly, like I don't know, Roblox episode's kind of teeny, but basically the games you could play could be kid friendly, very attractive to kids, but maybe your commentary or what you say isn't exactly kid friendly. Maybe you swear a lot, or you say inappropriate stuff with the vulgar, and you know that it's good kind of vulgar, but basically it's clearly not kid friendly, but at the same time it could be kid attractive. Or basically, even if you didn't swear, you could basically be playing games maybe for more mature audiences, but again, kids like games as well, and like maybe they could still, like, that's what I mean, like it's very vague. But also, like, again, with games, you could play games on your channel. You're not necessarily making the videos for kids or attracting kid audience, but the FTC could think, in gaming, kids like games, that's attractive to kids as well. Do you also kind of fit in that box? Because I'm sure kids also like watching gameplays too. I've also like seen videos where people have mentioned that in their videos they have a kid in it. Even though like the subject matter is something else, but there's a kid in it. Like, your video could still attract kids, because again, the FTC have said that if your videos feature like a child model or child in it, that could still be attractive to kids, even though maybe the content isn't necessarily made for kids. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I think when you fall into a gray zone where you're not sure whether, like, where your content lies, because maybe you have a mixed audience, or maybe like you can't really fit yourself into a box, like you're more complicated than that. That's, I think, where the problem lies. So yeah, basically, it's fine if you are like, your content is very clear, it's black and white, that yes, this is not made for kids. But if your content falls into a gray zone where it could be interpreted as maybe belonging to both in a strange way, like, because sometimes you can't fit into a box, you can't fit into two boxes. You might need another box for that. Maybe you need like a mixed kind of audience kind of thing, or like you're not just made for kids, but at the same time your content could be watched by kids. Like, I think that's where the problem is, that if your content falls into a gray zone, and again, this is my problem with my channel, where I don't know, some videos I think could, like, with my channel, it's like I don't necessarily think of an audience when I'm doing my videos. Like, it's mainly like I just do my videos, and then if people really want to watch my stuff, I guess it's there, but I don't necessarily think of a certain audience when I watch my videos. But I can see how maybe kids could also watch my stuff as well, but I'm not necessarily just attracting one audience. Even though the kiddies can watch it, I don't mind. But I don't necessarily think of one audience I have in mind when I make my videos. But I can see how my videos could become kid attractive, but at the same time my commentary sometimes could get inappropriate for a kid. Or I don't know if you guys have seen some of my YouTube titles, like, it's not exactly kid friendly, but I can see why my videos could also at the same time be attractive to kids. And that's my problem, that if you fall into a grey area where maybe it's attractive, but at the same time it's more mature, maybe commentary, or I don't know, like, you could say some inappropriate stuff that someone under 13 maybe shouldn't be watching, I don't know. But that's my problem for a lot of content creators who fall into a grey area. What do? Because if we mark our videos as not made for kids, but then the FTC are like, oh no, wait, your video's kid attractive, then we're in trouble. Or if we mark our videos as made for kids, but we're clearly in a grey area, but we could still attract mature people, like, the FTC will still fine us $42,000 as well. So if we get it wrong and we're in a grey area, we're still kind of doomed. So basically, I think it kind of sucks for everyone, really. I think everyone is going to get hit by this. Literally everyone's going to get freaking affected. Small YouTubers, big ass YouTubers, viewers. Alright, so I couldn't fit the whole thing on, but yeah, consequences. What are the consequences of COPPA? Or what could possibly happen from this? Obviously, the horrible fines, obviously what we've talked about before, like people losing access to so many features if they are family friendly, losing comments. The fine, that's the biggest one, I'm just like, but obviously for kid friendly channels, just losing those comments and the ability to connect with other people, I think that's the wrong direction. The fine, I'm just gonna think about the fine, $40,000. I don't have that money. I don't think a lot of people have that money unless they're super, super rich. But again, you get a $42,000 fine if you mark your videos incorrectly wrong as made for kids or not. You will get that fine, but $42,000 fine if you just accidentally or unintentionally mark your videos as being made for kids or not. Like if you just make a little mistake like that like that's your interpretation. But at the end of the day, the FTC are going to be the ones like, nah, you're wrong, we're right. Your interpretation is wrong. We, the FTC, are right. We're going to sweep you. Your video is clearly not made for kids / made for kids. But even though I think it's either made for kids or made not for kids, because obviously I know my videos, the FTC could literally analyze any little thing in my video, like I don't know, like a color or basically a game character or me playing Roblox or something, and they could be like, nah, you're made for kids. Here's a fine, or reverse it, you're not made for kids, here's a fine, you could go wrong. Stuff you, FTC. I don't know, again, I think a lot of people could potentially quit because no one is going to risk a $40,000 fine. That's what, even though I don't want to quit, but I do not have $42,000 something per fine per video. Like if I get it wrong and I get a $40,000 fine, I don't have that. I've never seen that, and I never probably will. That's a lot of money. No one has that money. That is a huge freaking, like, that's not just a like £1, £2 fine. We're talking, even though for me there shouldn't be any fines. Like it's disgusting what they're doing. They can hurt content creators like that who basically are just freaking doing their hobby. They're just literally having fun. They're following their passions or careers, whatever, and they think they can just throw that fine and literally trash and destroy people's like love like that and like their motivation to continue making videos. But because of that huge financial strain, that's a massive. I can't even word how big that fine is. Not many people are gonna risk continuing that. Like literally, like it. And even if you're not sure about whether you should mark your videos as made for kids or not, YouTube themselves have said, if you're not sure, you need to consult a lawyer. And I'm like, where do I get a lawyer? That's not free. I don't know. And the FTC, they're again aggressive with this. They said they want to sweep us. They're literally going to dish out the fine. They do not care about whether you can afford it or not. They don't care about all that stuff, or whether you like intentionally or not intentionally, but if you unintentionally or accidentally just marked it as wrong, because that's your own opinion on your own video. But at the end of the day, the FTC is the main one who has that power to say you're right or you're wrong, but mostly they'll say you're wrong. And I understand why people are quitting or want to quit when January comes, because no one has that freaking money. Obviously, I don't really want to, because obviously I've been freaking like I literally love doing this, but if the fine is there, then I might have to leave YouTube as well. Obviously, I don't really want to, but if there is a fine, I personally might have to make the decision to leave YouTube as well, which I really don't want to do. Like, first I was thinking, okay, if this law is still there on 1st of January 2020, because that's when the law officially was taken into place, I was thinking maybe of either deleting my channel, but then I've kind of changed how I was going to do it. I think I might keep my channel, but I might just maybe just delete all the videos and save them. And that way, if say there is improvements to this law later on, at least I won't lose my channel, even though the videos might be gone, but at least I can save some of them. I mean, obviously I have already been starting to save videos anyway, because obviously when Article 13 and Article 17, or Article 13, 17, they're the same thing, they just changed the name. When that got passed, I started saving some of my recent videos I was doing. So, and obviously we got another stupid law. I don't know why the government keeps throwing these stupid laws that actually don't really help, even though the intentions might be good, but the method and execution of the laws, just like how Article 13, Article 17 was, is again completely wrong, and it actually causes more damage to people than good. That's my problem. But I might just remove the videos, because I don't know if I can risk a fine, because again, my content could fall into a grey zone. Even though for me, I feel that some of the commentary in some videos clearly is for mature audiences, but I could still be kid attractive in a sense. I don't know, like maybe the games I play. Like, I don't know, I feel like this law is so vague and they need to make it very clear, or at least help those who fall into a grey zone. In fact, I think they do need to change like how it's affecting kid-friendly channels and also non-kid-friendly channels. I think everyone's going to get screwed by this law. I think they need to help everyone. But I feel like if you fall into a grey zone, I cannot risk the videos being there, because I myself am uncertain that, even though for me it's not made for kids, but the FTC could think otherwise, and at the end of the day, they have the power to fine me. But yeah, I might keep my channel, but I might remove videos, all my videos though, but I might keep my channel still there. I'll see. Obviously, if you want any updates, if you peeps, I don't know, I'm sure no one's interested, but obviously I do have a Twitter account. I'll probably link it in the description, but obviously if I do change things, or if I leave, or if I come back, or I stay, or don't know what the frick I'm doing, I think if you do want to check that out, I'll probably mention it on Twitter, whatever I decide to do by the time 1st of January 2020 comes. But maybe I might just either delete or private my videos. I don't know if I private it, that will still work. Like, would I still have to specify if it's made for kids or not? But I might have to maybe just delete my videos, but maybe keep my channel just in case things simmer down and maybe people aren't getting swept. I don't know. But yeah, I think a huge consequence, people will probably leave. And I understand why, because especially if you fall into a grey zone and you don't know what to do. And also, I think that either way, people aren't going to be really happy with the changes that this make, even if your content is safe from COPPA and they don't sweep you up under the rug. And what do? They call us fishes in barrels? I don't know. They sound like twats. But if, say, you do comply with this law, you will have to make changes to your content to make sure it fits a box. Like, you have to make sure your content fits a not made for kids box, or made for kids box. And I feel like because you have to try and fit yourself in a box, just like trying to fit into society, whatever it is, like you have to somehow change the way you normally do things, the way you normally like doing things. You might have to change that a bit. But I think it's stupid that, even though I understand why people will have to change the way the things they do, I think it's stupid that this law is making people feel like they have to suddenly do that, when I think like the law should just leave us alone and make us make content the way we want. But I understand the way that people will have to try and maybe fit themselves inside a box in order to not get fined by COPPA, in order to still do the stuff they love. Plus, obviously this isn't a consequence, but, well, actually it is a consequence, but obviously YouTube will then also start to use bots and algorithms, which I think they've already started doing, to detect if a video is made for kids or not. But again, I've heard that they've kind of got this wrong, because even though the bots might look at like the game you're playing or the title or thumbnail, and they might think, okay, this person's playing Roblox, they must be made for kids. But again, what if a child clicks on a video, but the commentary, this person's playing Roblox and they're swearing, and I don't know, they're naked running around, I don't know, Roblox towns. I don't know, like, just because a video, or maybe there's something attractive to kids there, doesn't mean that it's necessarily kid friendly. Like, you could click on a normal kid looking nice, attractive, friendly video, but the commentary could be, I don't know, 25 plus, or I don't know, 18 plus. Like, it's very adultish, and like, that's the thing. Bots cannot understand the context of a video. Just like with Article 13, bots cannot detect fair use. They cannot understand the context of a video. Only humans can do that. And I feel like, I don't know, it's just a mess. Okay, which leads me to the final last point, because I've been recording, I'm looking at this right now, for 53 minutes, nearly an hour. I'm going to cut this down and chop it, but basically I've written down what's there here. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do to stop this awful law that's fining people, that's taking away freaking comment sections? What do we do? So I think, personally, I think there's 3 things that we could do, which I'm sure I think a lot of people have talked about. Actually 4 things. I got another one. So 1, the FTC are actually looking for public comments about this law, because obviously the law's not going to take place until 1st of January 2020. So what, we've got like a month and something of me not deleting my channel, my videos. But basically the FTC are looking for the public to comment about the law, give their views and opinions on it. And I'm gonna put a link to where you can actually comment yourself and actually send them a message about, about how you feel about the law, because they're taking in comments, they're taking in suggestions maybe, but basically they are trying to listen to people, so I don't know, hopefully they do. But basically we have until the 9th of December to get our comments and public views in, so I highly recommend. I'm going to put a link below. You click on that and please definitely leave a comment about how you feel about the law, why you feel it's wrong, what negative consequences it's actually going to bring to people. Like I feel this law does more harm than good, even though the intentions may be to protect children and their privacy. I feel like it's the wrong direction. Again, all these laws, just like Article 13, they have good intentions, but the method and execution actually does lead to censorship and just fines as well. That's a huge freaking fine. But yes, please, before the 9th of December, please leave a comment. I literally sent a comment as soon as I heard about it. I tried to be professional. Obviously be professional when you give a comment, but like just however you feel it's best to express yourselves, how you feel about this law, please do leave a comment in before 9th of December, because I think that might be our only few shot really at maybe trying to make a difference. So please voice yourselves. I'll leave a link below, and just please voice. Also, there is a petition going around as well. I'll leave a link to that too below. Again, I still recommend signing it, even though I keep mentioning Article 13, because I know there's so many parallels going on, but I know that petition received 5 million signatures for Article 13/Article 17. They still didn't give a damn. They still passed the law, but I still feel that it won't hurt to sign it, and I still feel I still feel it's best to feel deep down in my heart, even though it's been for a lot of freaking stupid laws being passed, but I still feel it's best to do something rather than nothing. Like I think it won't hurt to sign, so please do sign the petition as well, even though they probably won't give a damn, but please do that. Please sign it. The third thing you can do is obviously maybe contact the members of the FTC themselves. I'm sure, I mean, I'm hoping they would listen to people. Again, I don't trust politicians after Article 13. I don't trust the lawmakers after the events of that, but please do get in touch with them and just express your viewpoint. I'm gonna do that. I've basically signed the petition, and I've left my public comment to the FTC. I think I might also write an email, or I don't know. I'll probably write an email to the FTC as well, different members of them, and hopefully get my point across. But I also recommend doing that as well. And finally, the fourth thing you can do is obviously, if you are a content creator or viewer or whoever, just a human being, if you feel this law is freaking horrible, please definitely keep spreading awareness about it, like talk about it, make videos on it, or tweet about it, use social media, or just voice yourselves, like however you feel is best to spread awareness. Just keep spreading it and keep spreading it. What? Just talk about it and just let many people know, because this law is so freaking serious. People are getting fined. We don't want to fine, and I feel like but yeah, please just, if you can, do those steps. Most importantly, the 9th of December one, please get your public comment in. I think so far, last time I checked, there were like 20,000 something comments. Or was it close to 20,000? I don't know. I can't remember. But please, like, if we can get 1 million comments submitted, that would be amazing, but I don't know. But yeah, that's basically my video about COPPA. I've been recording for an hour now. Oh my god, I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna slice it. But yeah, we'll see what happens 1st of January 2020. I don't know if I'll be here, but obviously my channel will still be here, but just the videos, I don't know. I feel like it's awful what they're doing. Also, another thing I want to say, I'm sure kids don't want this law either. Kids do not want to see their favorite content creators go because they cannot, they're freaking too nervous to risk a freaking fine. I'm freaking nervous risking a fine. Kids don't want this law. Let me know your thoughts on COPPA, or what emotions you're going through right now. I've been through so many different emotions. I've been angry, I've been nervous, I'm feeling hopeless. I feel like I've lost another baby, because I'm like, I don't know what to do with my life now, because this was one of the things that kept me going. Yeah, just share the emotions or how you feel, like anything. Just get all that emotions brewing in the comments, and as that goes too, if I'm made for kids. Okay, but that's it. I'll see you all in the next one. in the next time. Thanks for watching through this horrible educational video on COPPA, and yeah, bye bye.
Perfect.